the grandfather of small batch, Booker No. And this is 3 of the 4 of the 2024 releases of the Booker's bottles. We're going to get into them, and I know it's this late in the year. Shut up. But we're going to get into it, and we're going to do some reviews, and I'm going to try not to cough through the whole thing on this episode of Savor the Burn. Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems. Welcome to this Booker's 2024, flight tasting episode extravaganza.
It is always a good night when it's a Booker's night.
Oh yeah,
always a good night. And when there's more than one Booker's, when we get to side by side them, even better.
Not to compare against each other.
No, not at all.
But just to see what each one has to offer, because each bottle has a different idea, a different theme, a different
influence,
a different influence.
Different thought, different frame of mind.
Different frame of mind. Yeah, I mean, you've got Distiller's Edition and Family Edition. You've got Jimmy's Batch.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a lot to get into, so hang on tight. And while we're talking about what we're getting into, definitely if you're following on YouTube, hit subscribe and click that bell notification to stay up to date on all things Savor the Burn right there on YouTube. And if you're on your audio-only podcast app of choice, thank you for following along there. Either way, help spread that burn.
Do it.
While you're at it, go on over to savortheburn.com. Click that drop-down menu. See what we got in the shop. You can see these bottles among, all other bottles. So it's over 200 now in the liquor cabinet. Check out all the cocktails that we regularly get into and get into us. And feel free to stop by the Patreon.
Yeah.
It's free. We have a free tier, and we'd love to have you along. We're happy to have all of you along. So without further ado, my name is Jonathan. Across the barrels from me is Mr. W2. How do you do, sir?
Oh, I'm doing pretty fantastic. Looking forward to this.
It's always good to do the introductions after we after we do the intro.
Words.
Brain discombobulated. Anyway, so we've got 3 tonight.
Let's get started.
And they're all Bookers.
Yeah. Just real quick, high level, we have the 2024 Batch 2, 3, and 4 release. Batch 2 is the Beam House Batch 2 is the Beam House Batch Bourbon. Mm-hmm. Batch 3 is the Master Distiller's Batch Bourbon. And the 4, the one that I think we are the most excited about, just because of the backstory, and getting to meet Fred No himself and hearing him talk about this. This is Jimmy's Batch.
Jimmy's Batch.
And
who is Jimmy?
Well, Jimmy Russell.
Of what?
Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey, a competitor? What?
Family.
We'll get into that later.
But earlier this year, we got a chance to head over to Kentucky. We stopped in at Jim Beam. They had an event going on. We got to meet Fred No.
Yep.
And we had the forethought to bring some of our Booker doors.
Yep.
That way we wouldn't have to travel with the whole bottle.
You don't
and all that.
bring a whole box.
We just took the door with us, and we got a couple of them signed.
Yep.
So
now step 2 of that is to get Jimmy Russell to sign the dang thing.
Right, but he was not in that day.
He was not in that day. So what are we going to do? We're going to have.
What can you do?
We're going to have to send our windows off with your sister, and then she's going to have to haunt the place. She and Timothy are going to have to haunt the place every chance they get.
Well, I'm going to take off reading a little bit about Batch 2.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, you go ahead and pull it open because, we love to share the bottle pop.
Yeah.
And so we went ahead and pre-poured a couple to save us a little bit of time, give them a little bit of time to breathe.
I love their bottle presentation.
Their bottle presentation is just, it's almost second to none.
Wax dipped. You can see the beam medallion with their little ribbons on there. Like, come on.
And they use the right kind of tape so that
like a filament tape.
You don't have to mess with the wax. You got to put a little bit of muscle in it, but it's an easy pour or an easy pull.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Yep.
And then here we go. Ready?
And these are composite cork, but
listen. Shh.
There you go.
That's a nice pop. Yep. Composite cork.
So 2024, batch 2, the Beam House Batch Bourbon. This is, you guessed it, distilled by the James Beam Distilling Company. This clocks in at 7 years, 2 months, 22 days. And that's the thing that one of many things that I've grown to love about Booker's is they don't just give you an age statement.
Yeah.
They give you down to the day age statement. So 7 years, 2 months, 22 days at 124.6 proof. And as you said in the intro, the grandfather of small batch, Booker No is the one who actually coined the term small batch before it even had a name.
It makes me wonder what
So
he
this
had in
is
mind.
this is the original small batch.
Does it say what he had in mind when he defined
I don't have
small
any.
batch?
I don't have any of that.
If any of you guys know what the originator, Booker No, had in mind when he coined the term small batch, let us know what it is that he had in mind.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to like what Michter's, it's 20 barrels. That's their small batch. But what is Booker's?
Talking in terms of Jim Beam,
Right.
you have to keep that in mind. And their flagship product, at the time, he was the master distiller.
Yeah.
Their batch size was substantially larger. And the whole idea behind this line was, let's do this unfiltered, uncut, and let's make this a very select number of barrels. And so, batch 2, the Beam House Batch Bourbon. This batch is named after my family's home, a real special place full of beginnings, traditions, and memories, not just for me, but everyone at Beam. In the Master Distiller's notes, the color of the batch is a rich and deep amber, inviting you to put your nose deep into the glass and enjoy the aroma. The nose is pleasant with vanilla and some dried fruit notes, enticing you to take a taste. When I tasted this batch, the warm flavor that spread through my mouth reminded me of sitting on the porch of the Beam home. The welcoming aroma and taste led to a long and pleasantly sweeter finish coming from the aging in oak barrels. I know you will enjoy this batch of Booker's named for the place many Beam family members called home and where I call home today. The batch is made up of 5 production dates stored in 4 different warehouse locations. The age of the batch will be 7 years, 2 months, and 22 days when the barrels are dumped. The proof of the batch will be 124.6 proof. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Maybe a quick little first thoughts on what we had to think. First impressions here on the Beam House batch. Yeah, and we were there. We were there. We saw the Beam House, and maybe there's some B-roll footage we can throw on there. Maybe you've already played it. I'm not sure. While you were talking about the Beam House or the Beam House.
I will be, yes.
Yeah, this has got okay. Yeah, so I feel like clove isn't the right word, but it's something kind of minty, something.
Yeah, I'd say there's mint. Vanilla for days.
Yeah, vanilla.
Some caramel.
Yeah.
There's some berry and some various stone fruit.
Berry?
A little bit of berry.
Juniper?
Maybe.
Maybe it's not minty. Maybe it's like just kind of juniper berry. I don't know. I'll write down juniper. Those little blue berries that you're not supposed to eat off of evergreen trees and bushes or whatever. It kind of reminds me of that. And what about, is there any citrus on here? Maybe just a touch?
Maybe a little bit.
You want to get impressions on, just skip to the next?
Just nose on down though.
Yeah, let's nose on down the road.
Batch 3, the Master Distiller's Batch Bourbon. This batch is named in honor of a group of distillers that we admire greatly. Their work in the late 80s and early 90s helped America fall back in love with bourbon and made the industry what it is today. The third Booker's batch of 2024 is called the Master Distiller's Batch to honor the men that shaped my career and the bourbon industry. The color of this Booker's batch is deep amber from over 7 years of aging in the new white oak barrels. The nose is complex with vanilla and spice that leave you craving more of the taste you expect from Booker's. The taste is big and bold, as all Booker's batches should be, and the finish is long and delightful. I can just picture Dad and his colleagues from the past sitting around enjoying this batch and swapping stories. The batch is made up of 2 production dates stored in 4 different aging warehouses. The age is 7 years, 8 months, 7 days, and comes in at 130.3 proof. In fact, much of this batch was produced in 2016 on Dad's birthday. That's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
December 7th. Oh, wow. There's a lot of vanilla, like a custardy creme brulee type of a vanilla.
Yep, and cinnamon and caramel.
And I think there is a little bit of that orange zest.
You think like burnt sugar or caramelized sugar?
No, I think molasses.
Molasses?
Maybe a hint of maple.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, great first impression on that one. And so far, neither one of these. I mean, with the first one, the Beam House batch clocks in at 124.6 proof. It did not nose like a 100 plus proof because they can get like jet fuel. And then this one here's higher proof.
Let's jump on up to 130.
Yeah, 130.3 on that one.
Yep.
And I mean, you saw I had my schnoz stuck in that glass, and it wasn't bitey at all.
This is batch 4, Jimmy's batch. The 4th and final batch of Booker's Bourbon for 2024 is a tribute to a cherished friend of the No family, Jimmy Russell, a close friend to my dad and a second father figure to me since my dad's passing in 2004. That's so cool because he told that straight up to us when we met him. This batch boasts a rich amber color shaped by the charred white oak barrels it aged in until the barrel was dumped. I first tasted this batch at my kitchen table. Man, you're tasting these for the first time, sitting around your own kitchen table. Yeah. Love it. I first tasted this batch at my kitchen table, and its aroma filled the whole room. That first sip is sweet and smooth, and the way the vanilla notes mixes with the brown spice notes is just right, inviting you in for another taste. The finish is very pleasant and relaxing in taste. I am really proud to put this batch together for Jimmy, and I know my dad would have loved seeing a batch of his namesake bourbon dedicated to his great friend. This batch was made up of 3 production dates stored in 4 different warehouses. It stands at 125.8 proof and the age is 7 years, 9 months, and 19 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's chocolate milk. It's honey graham crackers. Like those bears. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Teddy Grahams.
So, Teddy Grahams. That's what Teddy Graham. That's what I should put down.
I have a preschooler in the house, so I know all about the Teddy Grahams and all the different flavors of Teddy Grahams. But that is like a graham cracker.
Yeah. Yeah, and orange marmalade.
Some honey, some orange marmalade.
A very sweet orange thing.
There's a little bit of that oak char on
You're
there
picking up
too.
some oak?
Yep. All right.
Yeah. So far on this one here's got my attention most. Yeah, that's a fun nose. It feels to me like clove kind of came back. I didn't want to say clove just because it seems like we're picking up on clove in a lot of the reviews lately.
Well, this is the Beam House batch.
But yeah, I mean, you sniff it again, maybe there's some juniper on there.
Yeah.
So I'll put clove on the list anyway.
And it is a Jim Beam product.
Yeah. Toast. Cheers, everyone. Okay, there's the proof. Yeah. There's the proof. But that flavor.
That's delightful. That's incredible. That's
for me,
really,
that
really
orange
incredible.
zest comes singing.
Yep.
Yeah. So
orange zest does show up on the palate.
I think it does drink at the proof.
Yeah. 124.6.
Yeah, it
the
comes
proof
in
is
hot.
definitely there.
It comes in hot, but it's not bad. You knew what you're walking into.
Next up, batch 3, the Master Distiller's batch. Jim Beam.
That drinks at a low. To me, that drinks at a lower proof, and it's a higher proof.
That's
higher proof. This is 130.3.
That's smooth.
Yeah.
That's really. There's no harsh edges anywhere on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of char oak.
And there's some bite.
It's a nice rounded, subtle oak char.
Uh-huh.
But the creme brulee, vanilla custard, vanilla bean ice cream.
Uh-huh.
All right. Man.
Yeah, I think the orange zest tapered and it changed into some of that orange marmalade. And there's still those baking spices on this one.
Look at those legs.
Mm-hmm.
They're just slow dripping.
Yeah, that one there. I think that one there's got nutmeg and fun stuff.
That one's fantastic.
Yeah, I'd say like burnt marshmallow on the finish. Is it master distiller batch or distiller's batch?
Distillers, plural.
For 130, it seemed like second pull or third pull on that. I felt like the proof started to show up more, which is really not the norm. Usually it's the first pull. It's just like, whoo! And then after that, you're like, whatever. So...
Batch 4.
Batch 4, the Jimmy's batch.
Jimmy's batch. Coming in at 125.8 proof.
Yeah, we picked up on some chocolate milk, some orange marmalade, Teddy Graham, the honey Teddy Grahams, and a little oak char on the nose. See what we get on the palate.
Cheers to Jimmy.
To Jim. That's
delicious.
Yeah, fuck.
I feel like the nose on this, even though this is lower proof than batch 3, I felt like the nose nosed higher proof than batch 3.
Right.
But this one still drinks way under.
Does it say anything about the mash bill on there? Is there more of...
Oh, there's no mash bills. Actually...
there will be on this card.
They're not mash bills, but it will tell you Rickhouse, floor.
Okay. That's not what I was hoping to find, but...
Right there.
Yeah, 12%.
The percentages.
Came from the 5th floor, 7th-story warehouse Z.
Yeah, there
20%
there are no mash bills on these.
7th-story warehouse I. But,
there's some milk chocolate and some dark chocolate going on.
You're finding both milk and dark on the palate.
More vanilla custard, vanilla pudding. A little bit of cinnamon and clove, maybe?
You know, I could see vanilla pudding because it's I mean, when it comes to 125.8 proof, like how creamy could it be? But it does have a little bit of a creaminess to it. It drinks so soft.
I'm going to say toasted oak.
Toasted oak?
Versus charred oak. This I feel is a little bit more of a toasted oak.
And how about anything on the finish?
I mean, the finish on all these is pretty incredible. I mean, all the flavors just roll right on out with a nice slow taper.
Yeah, long and slow for sure. I think that toasted oak carries through on the finish on Jimmy's batch. Yeah, and before we get into the math, we do have to get into the bottle presentation.
You know, I mean, what's there more to say?
We've talked about Booker's bottle presentation several times, but I mean, we kind of hinted at it towards the beginning. There's a B medallion here with a ribbon. It's wax dipped all the way, from there to there, and your pull tab was filament tape. And it was well done. You've got it's composite cork,
right?
But it's textured to look like it's natural cork, and I think that's a really neat touch. I don't think I've seen that anywhere else other than Booker's. And if I'm wrong, please send me your hate mail, Jonathan@savortheburn.com. But I mean, other than that, you have a rather puntless wine style, round wine bottle style glass bottle, and. You've got the really cool Booker's label here. You've got kind of a crooked, hand stuck on their label telling you exactly which batch it is. You've got your the age statement on here down to the day. It's got Booker No's signature on there posthumously. I'm sure he reached up from the grave and signed it with his cold dead hand. And you've got the proof on here. So I think that's really cool, and each one comes with a card talking about you got your batch story, why they named it.
I love that.
The name that they gave that batch.
I super love that.
And it is a batch. These are all batched.
Yep.
They come out 4 times a year. We don't have the first one, but we've got 2, 3, and 4.
It's about telling a story.
Right.
And so that is why they give them a title. Mm-hmm. That's why they do a custom little piece of artwork that they put on the little tag. Mm-hmm. And then they do a full, they call it on their website, they call it the Master Distiller's Notes. What are they thinking? Walking you through when they're sampling things for the first time at your kitchen table early in the morning. Right. Bourbon is filling the room while you're making pancakes and waffles.
And you open your house windows to let the air in, let the air pass through the house, and you're picking up the mash in the air, from your rick houses and your distilleries.
How cool was it? We took our trip to Kentucky, and on our second day, we stayed the first day in Kentucky. We ended up staying the night in Bardstown, and then we got up. We did a couple things, but then we made our way to Jim Beam, the Claremont campus.
Yep, we checked out the big white barn. Took pictures, and we helped other people take their pictures.
We walked all through the gift shop. We bought some things. We found some things that we got excited about,
including people.
Yeah, including people.
The people.
Well, okay, so to that point,
we went to the restaurant.
We went to the restaurant. We did not have a reservation, so we were like, we can find something to snack on in a pinch. Yeah. But let's see. And we went there, and they're like, oh yeah, we got plenty of room. Yeah, we'll get you seated. So we're sitting there. Our waitress was very nice, and we had a lot of conversations to her. And then at some point, I think it was even before our food came out, she came by and she's like, "You did notice who's sitting at the table, just right over there across the room?"
Right.
And I look over there, and I'm looking, and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's Fred No."
That's the dude.
and then she's like, "Yeah," and that lady that's sitting across from her, that's my mom. He donated a kidney to her last year.
Flip-flop.
Wait, what? What?
The other way around. Yeah, she donated one of her kidneys to him.
She donated one of her kidneys to him. Yeah. Last year. Mm-hmm. And we're like, wait, what?
Yeah, please. What's the story on this?
So, yeah, and then after we spent a lot of time just wandering around and all that. We're getting ready for the event, the meet and greet, to get to meet Fred No. And we're just standing there, and this lady just randomly comes up to us, starts talking to us, asking us, hey, having a good time, what's going on or whatever.
All right, full disclosure, it was me that just started talking to random strangers. It's, it's kind of what I do. I'm a weapon of mass distraction. I'm like, hey, are you here to meet Mr. No? And she's like, well, I know him. I work here. I've been here for 20 years, and
by the way,
my daughter actually works upstairs in the thing. You're the daughter? You're the one that gave him your kidney? She's like, oh, she told you about that, huh? I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. You kept him alive. What? Yeah. I mean, what does that have to say about your work environment, to where you love your work family so much?
Didn't she say she worked there 25 years?
Something like that, years. Yeah, been there a very long time. Yep. And roughly as long as I've been, where I work.
And clearly in her household, it's a family affair, because her daughter now works there.
Yeah. It's just sweet as can be. Yeah. Her daughter was very nice, and the mom was very nice. And really, I mean, we were there to meet Fred. No, we were there to meet him and talk to him. And I wanted to pick his brain. I wanted to sit him down on the couch and stick a microphone in his face and, spend some time with him. But, he's got bigger fish to fry. He's kind of busy. But
we did ask him about the Jimmy's batch and all that.
Batch. Yeah, that was kind of on the front burner of my mind. I had to ask him, like, why would you do this?
And he straight up, just opened up.
Yeah, he was just like, he was signing something, and he started like, well. And he's like, Jimmy, after my dad died, Jimmy took me under his wing, and he introduced me to all the right people. Yeah, put me on the road, and he brought me to like the Kentucky Bourbon Council, or I'm not not his words, my words. Introduced me to the right people. He forced me to get into certain conversations and forced me to say certain things about certain.
And he straight up said he was my second dad.
Yeah, he was a second father to me. It wasn't. He's like a second father. He is a second father to me. I was like floored. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you're talking about Jimmy Russell from Wild Turkey?
Yeah, competitor.
A competitor.
Wild Turkey. Jimmy Russell.
But it's not about competition. Yeah. I mean,
it's family first.
It's a friendly competition, at least with them.
Yeah.
They're not out there to bury each other. They're out there to make the best whiskey that they can and have bragging rights.
The community is family.
Yeah.
And it was very evident in our conversation.
It's like Bruzel says, the whiskey business is a relationship business, and you dive a little bit further into that, and that's where Savor the Burn comes in and says whiskey business is also American history business.
A hint of that licorice on the Jimmy.
On the Jimmy
palate. So I'm going to go back through the notes that I pulled off of the Booker website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Booker's has no social presence whatsoever.
Right. They don't have anything.
There is a Booker's website that basically just catalogs all of their releases, but they don't do social. They don't do that. It's small batch. It's if you know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it. If you know, you know. But they do have some tasting notes on there.
It's almost a cola on the finish on that. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah. No. Their tasting notes I think are kind of funny. I think we did a way better job with tasting notes.
Okay.
But all that said, batch 2, the tasting notes.
Yes.
Appearance, deep amber. Sure. Nose, vanilla, dried fruits.
That's it.
Palate, unique.
Okay. Please tell me, what did they say about the finish?
Pleasant. Warm finish, sweet, spicy.
I'll give you the warm. It's definitely warm. This thing was warm on the.
Come on, unique. That's all you can say about your own product.
Yeah, give us the flavor. What makes it? Yeah, it's unique. What makes it unique? Come on.
All right, batch 3.
You tell a man came up with that.
We got a little bit more on batch 3.
Batch 3, a little bit more. What do we got?
Deep amber in appearance.
Okay.
Nose, vanilla, spices, plural.
Plural.
You ready for this? Palate.
Please.
Bold.
Bold. Bold. Bold. What do you got for finish?
Long.
Long.
Delightful.
Delightful? Okay, well, we have long finish, burnt marshmallow, and oak. So, All
right, Jimmy's batch. Batch 4.
I didn't think it was delightful.
It was delightful. Once again, the appearance, deep amber.
Deep amber.
The nose, vanilla, brown
Vanilla?
spices.
Did we even talk about vanilla? Brown spices? The hell does that mean?
I don't know. Palate. You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet and smooth.
No, really, what does the palate say?
Sweet and smooth.
No, really, what does the palate say? Sweet and smooth? Yeah. Smooth is a good, I mean, we...
Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Finish. Pleasant and relaxing.
Fred, if I may. Fred, Mr. No, what in the hell? Come on. Come on. Did you have a writing team come up with this? Is this what you came up with on your kitchen table? Hopefully you remember us and you know we mean nothing but
fire
respect.
your marketing department.
What marketing department? What marketing department? They don't have a marketing department.
I'll cut you a deal.
How amazing would that be? Yeah. With my words and your web building skills, Booker's would take over the world.
One distillery at a time.
Yep. If you know, you know. If you don't, keep your fucking eyes open. We're coming for you. We think everybody can use a little bit of...
Wow.
So one of the things that I love about Booker's is... you can just start with a wow, like with each criteria with nose, palate, finish.
You can.
And even bottle presentation for sure. I mean, when you see that sitting on a shelf, you're like, wow, what's that? You're drawn in. I mean, you've got this box, you got the clear window on there. You've got all sides are covered except for maybe the top and bottom with information and branding and just cool stuff. You've got this kind of impression here. That's Booker
himself.
And there's a statue of him right out front of the Booker house that we were talking about there in the beginning.
Sitting in a rocking chair.
Yep.
I mean,
that little dog next to the little dog.
Oh,
next to him also.
Yep.
So
that's essentially the statue.
Yeah.
Very cool. I had connected those two together, so.
I am going to do myself a little bit of mathematics, and while I'm getting into that,
I'm getting into this because this batch 3 is kind of my winner. I wanted to put a couple drops of water in there and see what opens up.
That what we haven't done that yet.
Good night.
On 3?
3. It becomes a full bowl of creme brulee.
Isn't that supposed to be 2, 3, and 4?
Yeah, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. I am going to follow suit though with a 2023-3 and put in. I'll put in 2 drops.
I'd say 2 or 3, but yeah.
I was thinking 3, but I'm going to do that with Jimmy's.
You got enough.
I mean, we're here. We got our impressions. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
I'm going to do 1.
1 on Jimmy's?
Because I'm a little bit lower than you. On batch 2.
Yeah.
What'd you give this on the nose?
On the nose, dude, I gave it a 4 1/4. I mean, I was wowed immediately. What really my first impression wow was because this one's clocking in at 124.6 proof.
Yes, sir.
It didn't even nose like 100 proof. It knows more like a 90, 96 proof. I think for me. So if this were out in a flight tasting and somebody said, guess what proof that is? I would have said 96. Probably.
Nice.
90, 95, 96, something like that, right? But then, but on top of that, I mean, I misspelled vanilla, Vinilla. Vanilla, caramel. I thought it was maybe some juniper, maybe it was clove. I'm a little whatever. And we didn't argue about it, but there was some looks like what? Coming from his side. Orange zest. We had some good ones. Distillers tasting notes on all 3 of these bottles, we cannot trust them.
Nope.
I gave it a 4 1/4. How about you?
I'm right behind you at 4 even.
4 even? Okay.
I mean, it was fantastic.
There's nothing wrong with a 4 even score on a nose for crying out loud. I mean, what the hell? I mean, not everybody gets a 4. Not everybody gets a wow. And for us, I think when it comes to giving the 4 is base level for wow.
Yep.
So that's why we give it a 4 and then go from there. But if we don't get a wow out of it, it's going to be 375 or lower.
Yep.
So with all that to say, that brings us to palate. Where are you at on palate?
4 1/4.
4 1/4? All right. I'm not that far above you. I'm right there at 4 1/2. There was orange zest. Goodness. Orange zest.
My name is Jeff.
Vanilla custard. I misspelled custard. It's not T-E-R-D. It's T-A-R-D. Caramel, whatever. I think it had a proof bite to it on the palate, but not so much on the nose. And then it was warm. It was warm on the palate.
Yep.
And I enjoyed it. So that brings us to finish. Where are you at on the finish?
My scores kept on climbing.
Kept climbing?
4 1/2 on finish.
I met you at 4 1/2. To me,
as this rolled on, I just kept getting more and more things. So by the time I got to the finish, I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, there was toasted marshmallow. I feel like there was a little bit of cola on the tail end of the finish, and then I think one of us picked up chocolate milk. And but other than that, I mean, you got that Kentucky hug. You've got it's warm. It's warm on the palate, warm on the finish. It's a very very nice bottle. Very nice bottle.
Oh yeah.
So bottle presentation. We talked bottle presentation at great length when it comes to the other bottles on the other episodes. So this one I just kind of ran over it, kind of touched on it. But yeah, it's a 5 for me as well.
It's a 5.
It's an easy 5.
Yep.
Easy 5. So that brings us to final score. After, real quick, we'll just go ahead and and run over this real quick. Our score is based on 4 different categories. Nose, palate, finish, bottle presentation. We go 0 to 5. Just kind of arbitrary, our individual value on what we set on each one of these categories. We add those up to a possible 20. If you're following along, 0 to 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 20. Divide that by 2, and that's how we get our 0 to 10 rating. And so for me, this one here, the Beam House batch, for me, it clocked in right at 9 1/8, 9.125.
Nice.
How about you?
Mine came in at 8 7/8.
Okay, 65.
So we're still within a half bit.
Yeah. So clearly, Baker's 2024-2, the Beam House batch, they knew what they were doing. They had a clear goal in mind, and they did it. They did it well. I think you and I both have a good assessment on that one. So let's turn the page here and go to Baker's 2024-3 Master Distillers batch. Nose. Where you at on nose?
I came in screaming at 4.5.
4.5? Same. I mean, we had vanilla custard, cinnamon, caramel, orange zest, molasses, maple.
Yep.
I mean, this thing's got nose for days. It's got a lot going on here. Actually, I just forgot that I put a couple drops of water in here.
It opened it way up.
Yeah. I mean, it's still got that thing on the palate where you get a lot of proof. It takes over your tongue, and it's just like everything, like, flat. But
dude, this is 130.3.
It's just like the feeling, like the feel on the tongue, not the flavors. Flavors are, they are there for sure. What were we saying? 120.
It's 130.3.
130.3 proof. It's going to hit you hard with the.
But it doesn't.
That opened up chocolate on the palate.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Wow, that's, you never know. I really think there was a third drop that snuck in there. 3 drops in a like a 3/4 to 1 ounce, pour. Like, holy smokes. 3 drops of water makes a whole difference.
What do you give this on the palate?
On the palate, I gave it a 475. I mean, we had charred oak. We had, it was well-rounded. There was creme brulee, vanilla bean ice cream, right? Orange marmalade, nutmeg. I think you came in later with milk chocolate on this one. On the palate, I think, I totally agree with all that. I mean, 475, it's easy 475. I mean, this could have been, 4 5/8, 4 7/8. It could have been a 5. But it just, for me, it wasn't. It's a little bit lower, 475. How about you?
Girl.
Really?
Same.
All right. I'm always surprised when we meet, eye to eye on different things. You never know, because these assessments are completely, just how we feel about it. Our first impressions, and you don't know. Your palate's going to be your palate. His is his, mine is mine. These numbers don't really matter in the great scheme of things. And 100 years from now, who's going to give a shit? Let's see here. Finish. I gave it a 4.5. How about you?
I just kept right on rolling. 4 3/4.
4 3/4?
Yep.
Okay. Finish. I just got long finish. There's burnt marshmallow. I think you picked up on some oak. I'm not entirely sure what else to throw on there.
Long and delightful.
I mean, actually, you know what? I could have long and delightful. Thank you, Mr. No. Thank you. I think some of these things carried through, like the vanilla bean ice cream definitely carried through. I think nutmeg turned to cinnamon and nutmeg. Just to be fair, I don't want to shortchange him on that one. I don't want to shortchange him like Mr. No did on his tasting assessments here.
Bold. Sorry.
Bold. Yeah, that was all your fault. You made me cough on that one. Yeah, cheers to that one. Thank you, Mr. W2. Thank you, Mr. Wayne. I like it, Wilkes. So that brings us to bottle presentation. Like we said before, it's 5 all day from both of us. So I'll give that one 5. Let's just write that down.
Yep.
So final score, all these categories added up, possible 20 divided by 2 gives us our 1 to 10. My score on this one was 9.375, 9 3/8.
Nice. That's a good score.
Oh, damn. It's a good bottle. I mean, it's a great bottle. It's a great bottle. I mean, if you're up there at 9+, it's a great bottle.
Mine squeaked in just above that at 9.5.
Okay. That's, I mean, we're splitting hairs on this one. I mean, It's a great versatile bottle, and I say versatile because we haven't talked about it, but each one of these bottles I think would make a great cocktail.
Well, you want to though?
Dude, yeah. Fuck around and find out, especially when it comes to great bourbons. Like, these are all great bourbons. You know, even the good ones have a chance at making a good to great cocktail. And, you know, if you're a paid subscriber, that's how you come up with the access to the newsletters. But, yeah, we talk about, you know, what is it that makes a good cocktail? Well, it's quality ingredients. You know, we've talked about this before. But we kind of go into
Quality spirit.
Quality spirit, yeah. And we want that spirit to shine. You know, whatever the spirit of choice is, we want that one to take center stage, you know, and we want that one to shine. But, you know, we've talked about that before, and you'll find out about that in the newsletter. But
those water droplets elevated Jimmy's batch.
Right.
Segue.
Right. And you never know, like, just in the beginning, like in the beginning of my whiskey journey, so to speak, it would
an ice cube.
It would never be neat. Actually, in my beginning, it was a glass of ice. You know, like you'd have a cup. You know, product placement. Ben Holiday. You know, Kansas City favorite up there in Weston. Well, it's a little north of whatever. Anyway, Missouri whiskey.
It is Weston.
We claim it here. You know, we call it Kansas City whiskey. But Ben Holiday bourbon, whatever. You know, we take a
real
glass,
Missouri bourbon.
Real Missouri bourbon. You know, we fill it up full of ice. Then we pour a bourbon over it. You know, whatever. And then, you know, I would just sip it and drink it that way. And then I'm like, you know what? By the time I'm finished with this, it's too damn watered down. Like, all I'm tasting is the oak. You know, I'm not really getting a whole lot out of this. You know, and that's because I actually do take my time and appreciate things when it comes to my whiskey. And you know, I just fucking slam it. You know, I'm not just looking to get completely smashed. But you know, and you're the same way. Come to find out. And so I'm like, you know what? Just give me one ice cube. You know, give me the 2-finger pour. Throw an ice cube in there. Just roll it around. Let it get melted about halfway, throw that fucker in the trash, and then sip it. It's cooled down a little bit. You know, it's watered down a little bit. More kind of flavors. I can handle it better. That became too much water. And so now we take our pour, you know, whatever it may be, and we'll throw a drop, 2 drops, 3 drops maximum normally. And we use this cool little Glencairn dropper right there. You can't... Right there. That's you know, not everybody knows how to do that.
I know.
I learned it by watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off. But when Cameron went to Egypt town. Anyway, so I you know, it's amazing to me how 1 to 3 drops can really open up a high proof.
Yep.
I call anything above 100.
And Jimmy's batch, 125.8 proof.
Yes.
What did you give this on the nose?
Nice segue. Nice way to move me on down the line here. Right, because we do have to think about time. You guys don't want to... you guys don't want to hang out with us all day.
Tell the starfish!
Oh, boy. Keep posing. What? Anyway, the nose, I gave it a 4.5. I was very happy. I was very happy with it, and...
I saw your 4.5, and I met you at 4.5.
All right. You called me. I mean, there's chocolate milk, orange marmalade, honey Teddy Grahams. You picked up on the oak char. Yep. It's got a lot to offer. I haven't tasted it since the water drops. But what did you give it on the palate?
I kept it at 4.5.
That's cool.
How about you?
I bumped it up to 4.75, 4 3/4.
Nice.
Adding a drop or 2, 3 actually, of water. It really it made the milk chocolate come out. Not chocolate milk, but milk chocolate. There's a difference.
Excellent.
There's a difference.
Big difference.
Let's see here. Moving on. Finish. Where are you at on the finish?
I came up to 4 3/4.
What, you bumped it up?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We flip-flopped.
Okay. That's wild. Okay, cool. Well, I came back down to 4.5.
All right.
Finished. It was long and slow. It was toasted oak. A lot of the flavors that we had on the palate, the milk chocolate, dark chocolate, the vanilla pudding, the cinnamon, the clove, the toasted oak, the licorice. I mean, not everything carried over into the finish, but I think some of it did, especially the milk chocolate and the vanilla pudding, or at least the vanilla influences. Bottle presentation.
I'm rocking steady at 5.
5, same, absolute,
All day long.
Absolute same. I think when all Booker's bottles from
They're
here
all
into the
5.
future, it's all going to be 5. Yep. We already talked about it, great length. You get it. You know.
And if you have a liquor store that does not give you the box to go with the bottle,
really, there are those.
I hope not.
Fighting words, yeah. Fist. You're gonna catch it. You're gonna catch hands. Final. All these added up. You get 4.5, 4.5, 4.75, 5. Mm-hmm. All that adds up to
9.375.
9.375. That's a beautiful score. Mine ended up. Oh shit. We have the same score. 9 3/8. 9.375.
Got there differently, but
yeah, you got there. Yeah.
Here we are.
So for me, Jimmy's batch got the same score as Master Distiller's batch, and let's see here, got a 1/8 of a point less on the Beam House batch.
Okay.
Maybe I'm thinking there's more malt in this, more barley. I think there's more barley in this one here, and I'm not a huge fan of barley stuff. This one almost tasted like it might have had some wheat in there. I don't think it did, but maybe it did. I don't know. Anyway, so just because it felt so rounded, so smooth in comparison to the others.
I would have said that about 3.
You would have said that? Okay. Okay.
I thought 3, for especially as higher of a proof as it was, it had a little bit more of a rounded profile to it.
We both agreed it was well-rounded on the palate. That's actually, you'll find that. Go to savortheburn.com, click on that drop-down menu, go to liquor cabinet. You will see each one of these bottles and 200 plus others in that
closer to 220 at this point
in that collection, and you will see that right there in the tasting notes when it comes to palate, the second thing that's on there, the second item listed is well-rounded. So maybe there is a little bit of wheat in here. I don't know. It's hard to say. When they don't put the mash bill right there on the website or on the little card that you get.
Yep. You just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, each one of these bottles is a complete experience in and of itself.
Yes, sir.
Each one tells a story. Each one honestly deserves its own episode. But I mean, we're past the halfway point into 2025, and these are 2024 bottles.
Yep.
So we thought,
gotta clear them out.
We're just gonna do a side by side, and we're gonna knock them all out, and we're gonna let people know what we thought about them, and we're gonna invite them, our dear viewers, to check out our Jim Beam Distilling Company bottles.
And subscribe. Hit the bell notification while you're at it.
Stay up to date, on all things Savor the Burn. If you think that we're off on any of these, please let us know what you think in the comment section. If you're on Spotify, with Spotify you have the option to do video or audio only. Yeah. So I know you guys have better things to do than to listen to everything that we have to say. No matter who you are, where you are, what you're drinking, and who you're drinking it with, never forget. Keep on burning, baby.
Jim Beam.